What a mess. Hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. How you doing? There was a couple of us here. Hope you're well. We are about to get underway. We are a little bit behind schedule today. Been a busy little day. I'm on daddy duties today, so I've been having some bit of downtime with my daughter, living the fatherhood dream. How are we? Are we well? How's everyone doing? Looking forward to this one. Should be a good little game, if I'm honest. Rock and roll is in the house. Hello, beautiful. Welcome in. Welcome in. How are you? Long time no see. Long time no see. And I've just realised I've worn a green hat on a green screen. What a dipstick. Can I even take it off? I don't think I can. Can I take it off? Ooh, no, it's borderline, isn't it? It's borderline. We might just have to live with it. We're living with it. We're living with it. Anyway, how are you? How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Right. What are our predictions as well for this one? It's going to be an interesting little knockabout, isn't it? Well, it is in my opinion, anyway. Look, I've got absolutely nothing sorted today. I'm so behind the ball. Been in the park all morning. Been in the park. Not because I'm that sort of guy. It's just that I was with my daughter, having some daddy time. Right. Enough making myself look like I'm catching cases. We're ready for some ruggers. It's about to get underway. If you want to watch along with us, of course, feel free. It's in the UK. It's live on Sky Sports Action. Super Sports in South Africa. ESPN in Argentina, I would say. I don't know. Check your local providers. Andrew Brace is the man in the middle. And we are almost ready in an empty stadium in South Africa. I know I've been like the Lions attack the past few months, non-existent. Wow. Well, I hope you're well, buddy. Good to see you about. As always, ball tracking is slightly ahead of us, thanks to the web app, but such is life. But yeah, we are almost ready. How far behind are we going to be? Come on, get on with it, Mr. Brace. About 30 seconds behind. We can live with that. That's not too sore. So, I've got no team sheets today either. I'm so undercooked for this one. But never mind, it is what it is. South Africa kick off long into the 22 and Argentina just recycle the first phase. Try and get a bit of better field position before the caterpillar is set. And the ball is rather choppily exited. But borderline high tackle, but referee happy with that. Annette Sabeth carries up. Good front foot ball from South Africa. And tackler's not rolling away, so an advantage is coming, and we can see from ball tracking that they're going to take that advantage in a second. But they're going to have a couple more bashes up through the middle with a cheeky little chip over the top. And is that Yantes, I think, with the chip over the top, and we'll come back for the pen. What a difference a week makes, South Africa. We're rolling some phases. What am I seeing? It's a bit different when it's Argentina or the Lions, isn't it? It shows. I suppose it shows what it means, because that was like 3 weeks of cup final rugby. It was awful. But here we've got a little bit of hands-on show, which is not something I was expecting today. But there you go. Happy days. Everyone's a winner. So Jantes will nudge this one through, and it'll be 3-0 to South Africa. So South Africa with the first blood, just not even 2 minutes on the board. Yeah, we're about 35 seconds behind the ball tracker, so it is what it is. We'll live with it. We'll live with it. We move. What are our predictions, by the way? We've got plenty of time before the end of the game. What are we feeling? Is this going to be a comfortable South Africa win, or are Argentina going to strike on tired bodies? What are we saying? Love to hear your opinion. Drop it in the chat. Talk to me, boys and girls. Smash like as well while you're down there in the chat box. It helps out massively with the stream. So yes, please feel free to give that like button a cheeky little stab. Anyway, restart from Sanchez, and it's into the 22 of South Africa, and Visa carries out and bounces off the first tackle and into another collision. And Reinach will clear this one away with the boot. Decent nudge up to halfway, and a great take. Superb from Santiago. And a little bit isolated, but it gets away with it as carry up to halfway now. And contest on the ground is good. And the turnover for South Africa on halfway. So Smith steps in at 9. And Sia Khaleesi then playing. Oh, well, he's run a blocking line there. But they've got away with it. And Sia Khaleesi regathers the ball and has a carry of his own. And a penalty for Argentina. Great jackal there from them. Montoya with the steal. Anybody watch the game this morning? I say this morning. It might not be this morning to you. It might be whatever time it was. But it was this morning to me. I was still in bed. I was going to get up and stream it. But I rolled over and hit the snooze button instead. So, sorry about that. What have we got here? Okay, that's not quite what we want. So, Argentina with the line out and stolen from South Africa and off the top. And Vise carries up, gets a few meters. Oi, oi, oi. And a big old boot in the air that we've been so familiar with, and a double knock-on will cause a scrum if this advantage doesn't play out. Advantage over is called, and South Africa, they're trying to control it with his foot and ends up dribbling back into the 22, but it's all come off okay. Not a great chase from South Africa. And again, the 15 of Argentina being peppered with high ball. Got his work cut out. Okay. Argentina then. It's a sloppy pass, but they get away with it, and a penalty for Argentina. There we go. We got some stats now. We got some team sheets. We can see I'll be able to tell you who's who now, to a degree. Right, so boot downfield from Sanchez then, and doesn't find touch, and South Africa again so South Africa put the ball up. Sanchez takes it beautifully and then finds the hole, and a bit of juggling, and Argentina scrambling their attack, And they chase their own kick, but it's knocked on, and we'll have a Springbok scrum inside their own 22. So Argentina bringing it to the Springboks in the early exchanges. That's what we want to see. We want to see a bit of grunt about Argentina. We don't want them to be the whipping boys of this competition. I think they're going to turn over Australia, though, based on what I saw this morning. Wasn't great, was it? Right. Here we go then. It's the first scrum of the game, so we know this is going to ground. We know this is going to be reset. And there we go. As expected, scrum will be reset. Crikey O'Reilly. I don't get why it's the first scrum of every game that goes to ground. It makes no sense. And every time it's just a reset. It's never a penalty. Why don't they just bring both teams together to have one scrum? One completed scrum before the game. As part of the referee's conversation with the players. Bring the two packs together. They get one scrum against each other. Just to loosen off. Because whatever it is, it seems to be a mess at the minute, and we're having another reset now. Which actually can bring us on to a bit of a conversation point, can't it? I saw in the news today, I think it's been over the last couple of days, that a group of ex-British and Irish Lions have signed an open letter alongside medical professionals, not just salty Lions. There have been a host of people involved in this letter, basically saying that the number of substitutes in the game at the minute is dangerous and somebody's going to get really hurt. I think Sam Warburton's words were, the TV cameras are going to capture somebody's death. What do we reckon? Do we it's a contentious debate. My opinion on this, as South Africa get the ball away from the scrum and they just have a couple of phases of trying to get a bit better field position before they box kick. My position on this is fairly simple. I agree, there's too many subs. 8 is too many. You're changing more than half the team every game. Roughly for about, on average, I would say, 25, 27 minutes? It's too much. I would suggest that you can have 5 tactical subs. You can bring 8. You can bring 10, but you can only use 5 tactical subs. And those 5 can come back on to replace an injured player. It just makes sense to me. Anyway, Sanchez again. He's having a great start to this game, finding holes all over the place as he carries up over halfway. Who's that? That one was Matera. Gets them up to the 10. Argentina forward, so starting to get slightly isolated as their numbers dwindle and committing too many players to the ruck, so they're having to go in with ones now. Again, good work, and it's nothing's on, so a little dab over the top from Sanchez, and Phillison tidies that up. And Reinach will set the forwards pods rolling again. It's looking like there's somebody in the pocket, but I can't. Oh, there he is. So up goes the ball from Jantes. And Carreras. Again, been fairly good under the high ball considering how much he's been peppered so far in this game already. but the early exchange is firmly in South Africa's favour. This was the ideal start to their Rugby Championship, wasn't it? The weakest team in the tournament after those last 3 brutal weeks against the Lions. And we are finding just a little bit of a kick tennis game going on. Oh, wow. Argentina got away with that. Willemese dropped a doozy. He didn't make the ground, didn't read it. So we'll have a scrum for Argentina, and already we've got water boys on the pitch. We're 10 minutes into the game. His studs got stuck in the grass. That's why he didn't make the ground. Okay, fair enough. He's not happy about it as he punches the ball away. And reason to be frustrated, you would imagine. Right, what's going on? We got water on already. 12 minutes in. And we're gasping for water. Oh, we have got an injury to Carreras. Bit of a bloody nose. So, gauze being applied. I'm not sure if he's still in, but if you are rock and roll, if you are still in, hit me up. Are you doing any of the URC this year? Are you back on it now, or are you giving it a break, or what? What we're saying? Because I'm thinking about doing a few. I'm thinking about doing a few games. I'm thinking about doing a bit of everything again. Try and cover as much as I can. Bit of Prem, bit of URC, bit of MLS, MLR, bit of Super Rugby, whatever's on, basically. But, yeah, no, it'd be interesting to see who's doing what this season. Right, so Carreras has gone off. So Cancelere, that's what I'm going to call him, because I've no idea how to pronounce it. Cancelere has come on. So it's just a blood replacement while they fix his nose, realign it. And we'll have this Argentina scrum. Oh, I tell you what, that's great handling under pressure, but it doesn't last. And here goes Reinach. Plenty of speed. And it's going to be a try for Cobus Reinach and South Africa. Oh, just accuracy of hands from the Pumas, and South Africa will put 5 points on the board. And Reinach, you just back him every day, don't you? You back him every day to outrun most players on the pitch. And it's basically just the move is breaking down in front of them, and they just can't get their the ball through their hands, and it ends up being just short. And Reinach is there to pounce on it and wiggle his way upfield. Right, how's the conversion? 8-0 at the moment, but 2 to add. It's not the easiest of kicks. It's right in the corner, but it goes through. So that will be 10-0 to the box. Oh, you don't want to see it. You don't want to say it, do you? Are the RGs hoping just for keep it under 50 already? 14 minutes in. Right, so we will get back underway. Oh, just a second. Oh. I'm back. Apologies. Delivery man at the door. What did I miss? What did I miss? Anything good? Nothing in the chat. Okay. Crumbs, what a day. What a day. Oh, Pumas have got a penalty and they're going for the 3. Pretty much straight in front. Not releasing. So we will have the kick, which will be good. And I'll just tell you how Sanchez gets on with it. Of course, we are just a fraction behind ball tracking. It's the joys of using 2 separate web apps. Thank you, Sky Go. A little bit slow. Right, I think this is what I wanted. Right, so 10-3 is the score. Pumas looking to get themselves back into the game. And they take the kick-off just inside their own 22. So they will look to clear this away and get the exit. But doesn't find touch. Just inside. And South Africa will now play away. And Reinach with the box kick. Oh, it's a good one as well. It's going to be contested, and Etzebeth wins the contest. So South Africa now planted just outside the 22, and there's a chip over the top for... Oh, what a try for Fassi. He had to juggle it. Takes the chip over the top. That's absolutely exceptional. Great work from Fassi there to collect Yanti's little chip over the top. Beautiful scenes. Absolutely awesome. Let's put that over there. Great work from the box to get the try there. Just a little chip over the top. And I tell you what, snatches it with one hand. For all intents and purposes, it looks like it's going to go into touch. And just go gadget arms. Fassi reels it in, juggles it a little bit, and he's in the corner. Happy days box. So, the Antis with another tricky conversion. The big is in for the night on the piss. What are we saying? What are we saying? Saki's all round. How you doing, big man? Good to see you. Welcome along. Welcome along. Oh, it's good to have you in. Oh, he's spooned this well wide. Pulled it hard. So, 15-3 is the score. Australia got decimated. Mate, I watched it from my bed because I kept hitting the snooze button. So I missed the first half. But I did watch it, and I mean they're building something. Like persevere with the tactic, because I think it's the right one for Australia, but they've just got to get used to it and build it. It's a bit like Scotland. Scotland have the right tactics, but it's just taken them a couple of years to get it all together and make it work consistently. But yeah, they weren't great. And to be fair, you're playing against New Zealand, so you can't be expecting to beat New Zealand every time you play them, or many times you play them. Right, penalty to South Africa, holding on. Speaking of decimations, it's on the cards here, isn't it? 15-3, 20 minutes in. Keep it under 50. Keep it under 50, otherwise it's going to look like the Falklands all over again. First half was not good. Too many dumb mistakes, like dangerous flat passes. Yeah, I mean, there was 2 intercepts in the second half, wasn't there? I mean, you can't get away with that. But what I did see was an awful lot of New Zealand foul play. I'm going to say it. All Blacks played the game. And sometimes you get away with it, sometimes you don't. And this morning, I thought they did. Backline only have like 43 caps amongst themselves. Exactly, it's a young team. They're developing it. You got to keep the cycle in mind. Springboks to do a number on the Kiwis, hopefully. I mean, the Kiwis looked properly smug when they lifted that Bedslow Cup, didn't they? I ummed and ahed about I'm umming and ahhing, sorry, about how I feel about the about New Zealand with this controversy going on, as there is a penalty for an early tackle, and Yantes is going to have a stab at the 3, build that scoreboard pressure up. Oh, so we've got 2 options for them. We've got a high tackle right in front of the posts. So we're going to move across to that one. Tiger Lee! Will South Africa win this game? Almost certainly. I'd be amazed if they lost this from here. Because they are all over Argentina. They are getting shelled like the Falklands War. But will they win the whole thing? Only New Zealand really stand in their way, let's be honest. It's only going to be the All Blacks that can prevent them. Australia are too... Oh, good Lord, that's not a great seatbelt. Yeah, Australia are still developing what they're doing. Argentina aren't. They're a borderline tier 2 nation, aren't they? They're the Italy of this competition. So yeah, it's gonna only be the All Blacks that can prevent them. But that is a great offload from Sia Khaleesi onto Dweba, but he's knocked it on in the contact, and Argentina will have some ball in hand as they carry up to halfway. Welcome in, Tiger Lee, by the way. I don't think I've seen you in here before, so you're more than welcome. What have we got? We're going to have a South Africa scrum for the knock on. There we go. Gonna hop on the bus, mate. I'll log in when I'm back home. Yeah, no worries, mate. No worries. Thank you for dropping in anyway. Thank you for dropping in. Of course, speaking of dropping in, don't forget to drop on down just to below the video. Smash that like button. And if you haven't, why not? Treat yourself. Hit the sub button. We are 34 away from our new target of 700. So if you could help us out on the road to 700, that would be amazing. As South Africa get the scrum penalty. It's not in range, is it? No, it's on their own 10, so it's not in range. So they will go to a line out. As I say that, it's not in range. Shot is called. And De La Fonte is going to have a stab at this. What am I seeing? This has got to be like 65 metres. That can't be right. It must be on Argentina's 10. I thought they were on their own, but it's not. I think they're on Argentina's 10. Oh, sorry, France Stain. France Stain is going to nudge this one. And he pulls this one to the left. So, no problem with the distance. Just the wind, side winds caught it. So we'll have a 22 dropout. Lovely jubbly. And Yantes throws this one up into the air. Comes down on Carreras. And it's almost great handling, but there's just panic at the disco. So they try to ship that too quickly, but Argentina get a little bit lucky in the sense that they got the pen. Never in a position to get the ball, says referee Andrew Bryce. I'm not entirely sure what that's for, but we move. Right. Yeah, it just takes them out in the air a little bit. Argentina go over the top and it doesn't work out for them. The bounce isn't kind and South Africa are able to get a hold of this, but Cobus Reiner charged down and then it ends up back in his hands somehow, and South Africa are able to reset, and then Chaparro can't get out, so it's a penalty to the Springboks for not rolling away. It's got a bit scrappy. It's got a bit rough and ready around the edges, which is not what we want to see. But hey-ho, that's the way things sometimes go. So, we will have the line out for the box. How many likes have we got? 2. All crumbs. Can we get to 5 likes, do we think, before half time? That'd be pretty cool. That'd be nice. It's a quiet day today. Which is what I like, because I can chat to you then. It can be a little bit less formal. As the maul is set, an advantage coming for South Africa and another penalty. Change in the binds is the call from Andrew Brace. So, interestingly, Jantes is going to the corner again. Welcome in if you're new. 15 of us in here at the moment while we wait for this line out. And yeah, you can just see quite clearly swimming up the side there. Never in doubt. So now we will have a line out to South Africa on the 5, and they go to the back pod, but it's over the top, and Argentina are able to get that and smash it downfield. I think that was Sanchez with that really alert play, and force South Africa into a bit of trouble. On the return kick, though, Carrera slips, and they're in a bit of trouble on their own now. So they're in their own 22. It's end-to-end stuff. Crumbs. Willemser then carries into heavy traffic. And Reinach now under pressure, but able to get it away. And Argentina get the front foot defence up and running. Kick goes up into the air. Sanchez and... I'm not sure who that was. It was Cozy. Cozy went up as well, and Sanchez has stayed down. But here's a great line from Issa, and he has to put boot to ball in the air end because he got himself isolated, and there was Springboks everywhere. And Willemser will kick this into touch to reset the play. Right, give the medics a chance to have a better look at Sanchez. I think he's just winded. Yeah, he's jogging it off. Both players going for the ball in the air. Sanchez overshot it slightly, and as a result, ends up spinning out instead of landing safely. So just a rugby incident, nothing more than that. And we will have an Argentina line out once they've decided what they're going to do. About halfway between the 22 and 10. So, where's your money, boys and girls? What are we saying? Who's winning this championship this year? Will it be New Zealand, or will it be the Boks? As Argentina struggling to retain possession of the ball and just trying to reset things slightly, but they're maybe just trying to do a little bit too much. Just need to simplify their game a little bit. They're, trying to run too many clever dummy lines, and South Africa are reading them, and as a result, they end up messing something off. Advantage high tackle coming for Argentina then, so they move the board wide. Decent hands there. Bit of depth on their play, which always helps. Up comes Kramer. Oh, and that's a great shift of feet from Chaparro. Chaparro doing bits today. A new advantage coming. That's forward. So we will come back for the penalty just outside the 22. 7 off feet. So that's Smith, isn't it? Off feet. It would be interesting to see what they do here. That's a great tackle from a covering tackle from Reinach as well to bring down Chaparro after he just did it. He did a bit of a tag furlong, just little dancing feet, goes sideways, goes forward again. Beautiful work. Anyway, T is on, so we're going to have a pop at the 3. It should be fairly easy, and it should be in a moment. 18-6, but we will just hold our horses. We're not going to count our chickens just yet. Oh, and it's just being moved now. Right. I mean, it was negligible, that change of position for the kick. It's 10 meters further to the right. What was the point? Anyway, that one goes through, and it is now 18-6. Argentina trying to crawl their way back into this. You'd think that the Boks will be a little bit too strong for that. Anyway, here we go. 5 minutes left on the half. I tell you what, if Argentina can find a way through and get a try, this game's wide open at half time. It's wide open. But at the minute, I just can't see how they're going to score. As tackle is made, but not sure how he got a knee down from that height. It was more like the dancing coffin meme, the way they were carrying him. But it's a scrum. Ah, no! Oh, right, so I'll explain what's just happened here, because that's a beautiful moment. So, Kramer has been pinged for rolling around. As a result, he's held onto the ball. Whistle's gone. And Reinach's tried to get the ball off him. And as he's done it, Kramer's gone to slap his arm away, but completely missed and face planted. Beautiful scenes. Beautiful scenes. Oh dear. Right. So we'll just wait for this penalty. It's going to be Jantes to take it. I must get that pronunciation a little bit better. Do apologise. Oh, I don't know if that's the right one. Just leave it in there a minute. We'll deal with that at half time. Right, so Jesus Christ, you're going to kick this or what? I think this goes through. It does. It does. Good work. So 21-6 with just over 2 minutes left on the clock. We will take a short break at half time just so I can go and get a drink and go to the loo and bits and bobs. So do stick around. What I will do at half time is I normally try and find some stats. Let me see if I've got any stats. Oh, I have. I have got some stats. Right. Okay. So we'll put some stats up at half time. And I will be back just before kick-off of the second half. So don't go anywhere. Hit that like button, hit subscribe. We've got 3 likes so far. Let's see if we can get a couple more before half-time. Thank you, though, for those 3 that did like this. That's more than kind of you. Right, what have we got? We've got an Argentina penalty, and they are going to go to the corner. They're starting to recognise now that they need more than just 3s to get back into this game. So looks like that was for blocking. Right, so they've got the rolling maul driving, and it's the same maul as they splinter away. But there's not enough of them, and once has been called. Use it must come any second, and it doesn't, but the 9 moves it away anyway. Up comes the 12 for Argentina. I can't tell you the names because I've taken my team sheet down. 5 metres out now of the box, and Stain with the tackle, but advantage for not rolling away by the looks of it. Oh, Sanchez tries to have a little show and go, but doesn't quite come off. And no advantage coming. 5 straight off feet. And looks like we're getting some medical assistance. We'll take the one right in front of the posts, says the Argentina skipper. And looks like they're going to opt for the 3 this time. They are indeed. Not rolling away was the answer to the penalty. As the DJ in the ground trying to lift the pressure on this kick as he blares out Eminem, Lose Yourself. Scenes you love to see when the DJ's trying to affect the kicker. But the kick goes through and the whistle is blown for half-time. At half-time then it's 21 for South Africa and Argentina have just the 9. Right, we are going to take a short interlude. In that interlude we will pop some stats on the screen for you. So don't go anywhere. Please don't leave me. And I will be back in just a few minutes once I've got myself some refreshment and had a little freshen up. And I say all of this when I haven't, and now I've got to move the bloody... Oh, today's not working out, is it? Right, here we go. I've got it now. Of course, by the way, do feel free to chat in the comments. I will flash it up on the screen and read them out, and we can have a little bit of a conversation. Let's make this a two-way thing. I'll see you in 10. Right, we are back. We are back. It is half time in South Africa, and the Springboks are leading by a considerable margin, 21-9. Nothing unexpected about this, let's be honest. But it's a little bit of a shame to see that Argentina are putting some okay stuff together, but they're just falling down just at the last moment. Just a silly mistake undoes all that hard work, and it's not great. It's not a great look for the Argy-Bargies. I don't think you're allowed to say that anymore, are you? Oh well. I'm saying it's 21-9. Is it 21-9? I can't remember. Anyway, let's talk some ruggers, shall we? What is going on in the world of rugby at the moment? Well, the Lions have returned home, haven't they? With their tails between their legs a little bit. I mean, it is 21-9. Sansa have got it wrong. Sansa have got the score wrong. Okay, that's fine. We can live with that. We move. Oh, Jesus. Yes. Lions have returned from their tour to South Africa. Got their tails between their legs a little bit. Wasn't the best display of rugby from either side. Both teams playing a very similar style of rugby. Not unsuccessfully. But it wasn't very exciting, was it? It wasn't an exciting brand of rugby from either team. Very, very cagey stuff. What else has happened? New Zealand absolutely battered Australia this morning, didn't they? That was a bit of a humdinger. But you got to feel for Australia a little bit. They are a very young team coming up against a very experienced New Zealand outfit 2 weeks running. I mean, there were moments of magic for them. But again, like Argentina in this game, just one or two sloppy mistakes cost them heavily. There's been an open letter as well this week from 5 or 6 ex-British and Irish Lions to World Rugby calling for a change to the substitution law on a safety ground. Interesting to hear your thoughts on this one, because it's, well, certainly on Twitter, it has been a contentious topic. So I would love to hear what you think about that. Does 8 substitutions really make the game that more dangerous? Or would having substitutions just for injuries make the game more dangerous on the basis that players would be more fatigued, therefore form and technique wouldn't be very good, and you end up having sloppy technique causing an injury? Let me know in the comments what you think on that. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. For me, I think 8 substitutes is excessive. Let's be honest. 8 substitutes is excessive. But I still think we need substitutes. I think that there are players out there that just can't play 80 minutes for whatever reason. Whether that's because they're a burly prop or the way they play the game is at such a speed that they can't. So I'm all for four tactical substitutes. You can take as many players as you want to the game, but you can only use 4. A bit like football. You can only use 3 substitutes, but you can take, they can take 5 for the bench. You know the goalkeeper's never going to get used. So you could take a spare 10, knowing that he's almost never going to get used. But you just, yeah, for me, something's got to change, because the way the game's being played at the minute is very, very collision-based now. And for me, I'm really interested to see, especially in the Northern Hemisphere where we kick more, I'm really interested to see how the 50-22 works. I think that's got real potential to prevent teams from running this blitz defence that we see so often, and force them into more of a drift. And then, as well as that, I would really like to see some of the laws that we already have managed better. For example, sealing. Everybody seals at the elite level. It's a ridiculous number of rucks that are illegal, and they're not managed by the referee. So let's fix the laws we've got before we start inventing new ones, is my opinion. But I'd love to know yours while we're waiting for the second half. Do get in touch. Just slide on over to that comment section. Whack something in there. Have a little chinwag with me. Why not get involved? Of course, if you are enjoying the stream as well, feel free to slap that like button. Why not? It really goes a long way, I assure you. It really helps our visibility. We are but a new channel. We only started in February. So we are on the road to 700 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. I'm so overwhelmed by the support that we've received over the last 6 months. It's mad. But yeah, let's hear what you've got to say. Otherwise, we'll see what people are saying on Twitter. Weekend special, producing goods. What a catch, says Jared Wright on Twitter, and he's not wrong. That first, who was it? It was Fassi, wasn't it? Go Gadget Arms, Fassi. That was insane, that try. I thought there's no way he's getting to that, and then he snaffles it in. He pretty much pulls it back from over the line. Obviously, it was in the air, so he's allowed to do that. But, Christ, what a take. One-handed as well. All that pressure on that at full speed. Great work from him. 18 minutes into the game. South Africa assistant coach Stick just being interviewed now. He's happy with how South Africa have capitalised as the players are back out on the field. So we're about to get underway. Welcome in, everybody. 33 of us in. 33 beautiful faces. Welcome in, one and all. It's good to see you. Right. So we are just a fraction behind ball tracking, as always. Sadly, it's just the way it is. We're normally about 30 seconds behind, but it looks like today we're about 40 seconds behind. So we are just getting kick-off now as Sanchez puts the ball up into the air. So if you are watching on the TV and you want my naff alternative commentary, then do feel free to sync us up, I suppose. Anyway, Argentina retain possession from the kickoff and start to use the forwards to crash it up. But sloppy hands from the 9. And we got a new subscriber! Let's go! Thank you, Mobster Year 2068. You little star, you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Cheeky little sub there. Right, so Argentina got a little bit of a grit about them in the opening exchanges of this first half. 8 phases played. Really just trying to move this South African defence around a little bit. Just trying to get just sort of one pass outside of the initial defenders around the breakdown. So good work from them as Gudela carries up, and in the end Sanchez has had enough of that, and the drop goal falls well short. So short that Jantes has kicked it clear and not got it outside of the 22. So this is advantage Argentina from that, because they were back on their own, back on the South African 10. Happy days. Commentators just saying that the wind is picking up in the stadium. What's your tipple as well, by the way, today? What are you drinking? I'd normally have a beer on the go, but I've got to drive in a bit, so I'm on a Fanta Orange, living that summer dream. As South Africa secure possession off the line out, and they will get the penalty. And Iskura thinks about going quick before changing his mind. And let's have a look. Who's that? Montoya, I think that was. Just points to the sticks, and on comes the tee. Argentina looking just to reel South Africa in inch by inch. Well, this is fairly kickable. I say fairly kickable. He should nail this. 3 from 3, 32 metres out. Might have just given him the commentator's curse here. And he's wellied it, considering where he was on the pitch. But it has gone through the upright, so it is now 21-12. Just 9 points the difference. Wow. Could Argentina reel them in one penalty at a time? And here comes the bomb squad. Who have we got coming off? On comes Vincent de Kock. Vincent Koch, sorry. And on comes Marks for Dweber as well. So just the 2 of the 3 front row changed. And South Africa then are just trying to carry up towards the 10. Jantes kicks high into the sky, and it's another challenging one for Carrera, but it's knocked on, so Franz Steyn brings it down, and now it's... Who's that? Kramer makes the tackle. Jantes spills it, but there's no advantage from the knock-on, so we will come back for the original knock-on. Happy days. Who's that? Fassi again there with his go-go gadget arms, putting pressure on Carreras. So we've just got a few water. What is the law on water buoys? Because there seems to be 20,000 of the buggers. It's like the stewards just run onto the field in the middle of the game. They're everywhere. There's bibs all over the place. It's like a sale at Mothercare. What am I seeing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 water buoys on the pitch. That's excessive, man. We don't need that many. You can comfortably carry 15 water bottles. I get you might need one for the forwards and one for the backs. It's fine. 2 water carriers. You don't need more than 2 water carriers. It's ridiculous. Right. Anyway, here's the scrum. And there's another law that needs monitoring as Reinach feeds that heavily in, and Sanchez just tips it out of the way of Fassi's reach. But we're coming back for the scrum penalty, so it will be a penalty for South Africa for collapsing. Of course, feel free to tell me as well what you want to see from the channel. Do you want to see more of the... they're not really analysis videos, but more of the player profiles that we do from time to time? Do you want to see more streams? Do you want to see more watch-alongs? Do you want like a weekly roundup? What do we want, people? Your wish is my command. Anyway, Jantis is going to have a little nudge at this. He's made 4 out of his 5 attempts. So, the kick is taking forever. Come along. He slowly creeps forward, and the kick is good. 24-12 is the score then. At Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. There we go. So Reinach sets the caterpillar, and he will boot this away. A new subscriber! Gangster2068AD. Didn't you already subscribe? I don't know, but thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You are an absolute diamond. Thank you for that. 771. Let's go. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much, everybody. If you are a new subscriber, thank you. Some people don't have their settings on to notify you when they've subscribed, but yes, if you have subscribed today, then you are a diamond. As I said we're on the road to 700, didn't I? We're on the road to 800, sorry. We're on the road to 800. That's the next goal, 800. Could we get there today? I don't think so. We're not going to get 29 today. That would be madness. The big Argentina putting up a fight here. Loosely putting up a fight. But they are not giving in. They are not giving in. As Sanchez finds some space in behind, but it is straight into the arms of Willemse, and it is a penalty for a high tackle, for a neck roll, sorry. That's an intervention from the TMO. Final time, 45. Oh, final score, 45-18. Is that what you're calling? Subrata Holder, welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining us. Final score 45-18 as Franz Staines points to the posts from the halfway line. He's pretty much straight in front, so it's well within his range. That's not a bad shout, you know. 45-18. I mean, Argentina are going to tire. I'd go with that. If I was a bookie, I wouldn't want to take that bet. I'm not a bookie. And I'm still not going to take that bet. I don't really know why I said that. Right, anyway. Franz Steyn eyeing this one up as he swings his leg. I tell you what, he's got zero problem with distance. But he's missed 2 from 2 now. And Trevor Nakani is warming up on the touchline. And this man looks like an absolute monster. So, 22 dropout for the Argentines, and they find halfway, and Visa tries to carry up, and it's dragged down 1 metre past the gain line. Reinach with another box kick. I'll tell you what, his kicking has been superb today. So on point as they get another knock-on advantage, and the whistle goes, and we'll come back for the scrum. Reinach's kicking has been so on point. Gangster! Welcome in, buddy. Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you, bro. Can't wait for the autumn tests. We'll hear Scotland. Scotland got Tonga, Wallabies, Springboks, and vengeance on Japan. Yep. I tell you what. They are gonna. I haven't looked that far ahead yet. I've still been just looking at the Prem and the URC and the MLR and all the other comps that are coming up before that, but I love the autumn internationals. I went to the last game I went to see actually at Twickenham was New Zealand England when they lost. England lost by 3, and it was that Sam Underhill contentious try. Oh, the scenes at that game. It was electrifying. Looking forward to getting back out to a game, to be fair. A pro game, that is. I've been to a few amateur games over the last couple of months when we were allowed to play for the month of May. Anyway, we've got a scrum. We've done our running repairs. That seems to be at every stoppage of the game now. Somebody's down injured. And Reinach, he just feeds it straight into the second row's feet. I'm not saying he's alone in this, because he's far from it, but everybody's feeding so bad these days. It just seems to get worse and worse and worse. He may as well just walk around the back, put it on the floor, and pick it up and play it. There's no contest of these scrums when you're feeding it into the second row's feet. So, Andrew Brace calling for a quick reset. Interesting fact about the packs. South Africa weighing 903 kilograms. And Argentina weighing 927 kilograms. That's a huge weight advantage. But they're not able to make any use of it as they go down again. But the ball is at the back because that's where Reinach fed it. And use it is the cry from Andrew Brace. And up come... Oh, Sanchez in a lot of trouble from that tackle. And we have a knock-on. So we're going to have another break here because Sanchez is going to need some attention. Looks like he got a real stinger on his arm. And 9 and 12. So off comes Fuente and Escura. And who's coming on? We've got Bertrano. I think that's the right pronunciation. And I didn't see. And Alamano. There's two blokes. No, that's not Alamano, is it? Van Staden's on as well. Not sure for who. Oh, Khaleesi. Khaleesi off. Well, to be fair, he's had a big 3 weeks. Right. 25 minutes left on the clock. Well, 26 minutes left on the clock. And we'll have a free kick for early engagement from South Africa. So Argentina will have the free kick. Can they pop this downfield? And Willemse will put another one up in the air for a compete. And again, it's a knock-on. And then another knock-on from Visa. So we'll come back for Carreras' knock-on. South Africa kick placement is sublime. Every time it goes up, there's somebody able to go and compete for it and put the Argentinian players under pressure. It's absolutely fantastic work. Okay. Again, waiting an age to set up this scrum, and it's finally set, but it's not stable. So we're gonna have a little chat. He's not happy. He's not happy. Okay. So, just getting this reset. So, Gangster, are you Scottish? Oh, steady on. What we got here? We got rivals here. We got Mobster and Gangster. Well, both Ireland, France, and Wales going to get All Blacks this autumn. Whoa, bro, it's on. You're not wrong. I tell you what, I wouldn't. If I was Irish, I wouldn't fancy the All Blacks at the minute. They've got some skeletons in their closet they need to fix. They're not playing the nicest style of rugby at the moment. Wales could give them a good game. France, New Zealand, really interested to see that. France, New Zealand could be a really good game. If the French aren't French. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Right, the Springboks then, just about 10 metres out now, using their forwards on the crash, trying to slingshot players through. Oh! Janties, that's filth. That's an absolute filth take. He's had to take it off his back hip, so he's rotated himself all the way around, and as he's done so, just flicked it on, knowing that the tackle's coming. Beautiful work from him. And keeps the phases rolling. We're into the 13th phase now. Stain trying to carry up, but being driven back. Ryanak spills the ball, and we'll come back for the advantage penalty. Great defensive work there from Argentina, just to keep holding them off. But unfortunately, that penalty was coming. So Jantes points at the posts and says, nah. We're going to keep pushing you further in the mud. We're going to put it beyond 2 scores now. So if this goes through, the Argentines will need more than 2 converted tries. In fact, they'll need 2 converted tries and a penalty to win the game as a minimum. And with 22 minutes left on the clock, it's probably unlikely, isn't it? But we'll see how they go. We'll see how they go. So, it's gone through. It's good. 27-12 is the score. 1, 3 and 7. Which team? Right, it's got to be the Argentines, hasn't it? So, Chaparro coming off, Cadella coming off, and Isa coming off. So on comes Mateus Alemano. And Mateo. I'm guessing Bosch. What a name. And the maul is called, so the Argentines pile in. And a turnover. Great work from Argentina. Great communication with the referee to understand what was happening and when. And referee more than happy to award the scrum to the Argentines. Christ, what a snooze fest. I mean, it was never going to be an exciting game, was it? But you're right. I am thinking, shit, I need something to talk about. I should have had a bloody beer. Right. I mean, it's a process that works for South Africa. Like, you can't knock them. They've found a way to win the game. Yeah, I mean, you kind of take Eddie Jones's adage, don't you, from the Autumn Nations Cup? The team that kicks the most wins the most. It's certainly the case for South Africa because they kick so well. But it's not fun to watch, is it? But winners are grinners. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's a W in the box. And it's, a little cheeky kick through from Sanchez, and Willemse is just about able to scramble around and tidy up and exit to the Argentine 10. South Africa are the rugby definition of parking the bus. I mean, you're not wrong. If Jose Mourinho was a rugby fan, he'd be nursing a semi over the way South Africa play. Because it is proper, just cup final rugby. But yeah, no, I completely agree. It's park the bus rugby. It's just territory. As Carreras with the silky no-look pass, but then as it happens, they spill it backwards, and Reinach is there to pick up the pieces, and Jantes kicks clear. So almost went out. So it would have been a South African line out, but it wasn't. It didn't go out. So Argentina. I'll get my teeth back in. Argentina clear to their own 10. It's like a mixture of the chess World Cup crossed with QI. Oh, I don't know. I think that's a bit offensive to QI, isn't it? I like a bit of QI. Well, I did until it wasn't Stephen Fry. Off comes Visa, on comes Dupreez. I think he's gone off for a HIA. Or, oh no, sorry. One of his eyes is bleeding. Lovely. Welcome to rugby, folks. So, South Africa with the line out then. 18 minutes left on the clock. 27-12. And to be fair, at 27-12, Argentina can probably be quite happy with that result. But I certainly wouldn't say from this performance that that you would say they need to be in some sort of Six Nations, or they need more recognition as a team. They're hard-nosed bastards, but I wouldn't say they're ready for the big stage. Right then, so South Africa miss touch from the penalty. Goes into the dead zone. So Argentina have the option. What have they taken? And they've opted to take the free kick and get up to halfway, and Argentina. Jantes kicks that one, bounces into touch, so Argentina will have the line out just inside their own 10. Well, South Africa better not park the bus against England, who's got them, McLaren F1 slicks in the back line. Well, I don't know about that. We got Johnny May, who at the minute is too worried about what flavour chicken feed he's getting. He didn't have a great Six Nations, did he? Let's hope that a little spell out of the Lions that he was probably expecting to get. Hopefully that kicks his arse into gear. I think one or two of those England players just needed a little bit of a wake-up call. Had things a little bit too easy for a little bit too long. And this South African defence, Etzebeth blitzing hard and really shutting them down, and it's gone forwards. It's gone forwards. And that's really the story of... Oh, hello, Andrew Brace. As the DJ... I love that from the DJ. So we've got a little bit of handbags at dawn, and the DJ's rang the boxing bell. And Andrew Brace has gone and dived in the middle. How often do you see that from a referee? So Reinach just had a little bit of a late shot on Sanchez, who's now just come off for Miotti. And we've got that's what caused the handbags. Nothing in it really. Right. Tell you what, Reinach has been exceptional today. Where are we on the old clock? We've got time yet. I mean, everybody sort of was concerned about Reinach for the last Lions test, but he was fantastic then too. Watching him for Saints as well, obviously not last season, but in previous seasons, he's an exceptional player. So much speed. Right, scrum is set for the forward pass, that was for. And Reinach feeds that in. And advantage for collapsing coming for South Africa. Steyn then carries up. Up over halfway. Oh, Yantes juggles, loses the ball and will come back for the penalty. Man, this game is so scrappy. I think I remember 3 times in this game that the ball's gone over 10 phases without a stoppage. So Etzebeth is coming off for Ori. And Yantes kicks the ball downfield and finds touch just outside of the 22. Welcome in, everybody, by the way. If you are just joining us, welcome along. How are you? What are we saying? How are you enjoying the game? And if you haven't already, please feel free to go and smash that like button. We have 5 of those beautiful likes at the minute. I'd love to get to 10 before the end of the stream. That would be amazing. As South Africa push that one towards the back of the line out and get the maul set. And one stop is called. So up come the Argentine defence. Same maul is called as it splinters inside. And the Argentines racing round to get back onside. And advantage for South Africa as Montoya changes his bind after being asked twice not to. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yantes then has a little show and go. Reinach finds a hole. Oh, he's eventually grounded. And it's knocked on, but we're going to come back for the advantage, for the original advantage. And Quagga Smith there, just taking his time to get up. So referee Andrew Brace just has a little check-in with him. Just coming up to 10 minutes left on the clock. Who did call a score? Sobrato, 45-18. Oh, I'll tell you what, a couple of late tries from South Africa, you could be pretty much on the money. Wow. Okay. We're just waiting for South Africa to get into position 5 meters out from the penalty kick. And oh wow, referee. Oh, there was an argument for a twitch there, but he's got away with it, so that's absolutely fine. And the maul is going nowhere. And use it is the cry. Second time. Marks then. And is he short? He's short. And then Cock. Advantage for offside coming. But they won't need it according to ball tracking. As Yantes plays the short line. Even though there was massive overlap. Should have gone wide. Reinach then. De Prea. Still the Argentines stand strong. But it's Fassi with the go-go gadget arms again. That man has got arms for days. He's like Mr. Tickle out of the Mr. Men books. What am I seeing? Leaps up. It's a hospital pass. If if there was a defender nearby and he got nailed, he'd have been picking up his ribs for weeks. But as it goes, he was absolutely fine. Reinach recognises it almost straight away. And a second try of the day for Fassi. Are they having a look at this? Oh, it's not. What are they looking for? Oh, cameraman gets taken out as well. I think we're going to have a look and see if this was forward or not. That can be the only thing I'm... Oh, we got 16 crawling forward. So Malcolm Marks is going to give away the penalty here by the looks of it. Was he crawling or was he not? Andrew Brace, will you get to the big screen so we can have a look at this, please? Thank you. Okay, so he goes to ground. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's crawling. That's crawling. Moves his knees 3 times. It's no good. Okay. He's down there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's got to come back, surely. That's got to come back. No try is going to be awarded here, I would imagine. So it was before the penalty offside as well. So no try. The offside was after that offence. So we're coming back for an Argentine penalty. They survive for the briefest of brief seconds. So 27-12 is the score. 8 minutes left on the clock. Not been the try-fest we expected from South Africa. Mornay Stain is on the field. Because Argentina didn't need any more penalty threats. Jesus. Here he is with his Zimmer frame. The 37-year-old. 68th test match. Thought he'd had more than that. Right. And Hendrickse is also on at scrum half, so off comes Reinach. Line out over is the call, and Argentina are up and over the gain line. But they're just a little bit sloppy and disorganised in their play. Medrano then carries hard and heavy, but Argentina not really going forward. And as a result, they're just floating in and around that 10-metre line. Up they come again. 1 metre ahead of the 10-metre line. And now the Franz Steyn with the intercept, but knocks it on. And there's another intercept. But of course, we've got the advantage. Argentina just forcing the play a little bit, trying to make something happen. If they're going to do that, they just need a touch more depth. Just a touch more depth. Oh, what are we saying, Andrew Brace? Did he get 2 hands? Yeah, he's got 2 hands to it, so it's just dildo fingers. No yellow card, just a penalty. Nothing more than dildo fingers there for me. And it sounds like it's the same for Andrew Brace. So, what are they going to do? They're going to have a scrum. Okay. Interesting. I'm not sure I would have gone for a scrum from here, but It's probably why I'm sat in my shed watching the game and not in the stands coaching it. Okay. Advantage coming from the scrum for Argentina, and pulling out of contest is the wording that Andrew Brace uses, and this time Argentina will kick downfield and find touch from this penalty. So they're about halfway between the 10 and the 22, roughly. 27-12, 5 minutes to go. Can Argentina find a way to get a try on the board and restore a little bit of pride? I mean, I'm saying restore pride. They haven't lost any pride from this performance. They're against the best team in the world at the minute. A short ball from Aquera, but away green is the call. Poor offload, but they get away with it. So Argentina roll again, but it squirms out and they lose 15 metres. Labanini carries up then. Again, more forwards play, and because of this blitz, Argentina are forced to play lots of tip-ons that are a little bit sloppy and all over the place as they regain their position in the 22, but he's too flat and he's knocked it on, and Franz Stein will hoof this downfield. Oh! Has that gone into touch? Has that gone into touch? Did it go into... Jesus Christ. That is a monster boot. He's deep inside his own 22. And he's basically put it... I'm not sure... Where has that gone out? That might have gone out in Argentina's 22. No, it hasn't. It hasn't. It's gone out just outside of the 22. Great nudge from Franz Stein. DB is in the house. Really? I think All Blacks have the box numbers. It's a difficult one to call. Are you referring to me just saying that South Africa are currently the best team in the world? Because according to the world rankings, they are. But I hear what you're saying. Do I think that the All Blacks have got the box numbers? I don't know. They're certainly not gonna play the same style as the box. But we have seen in recent years, and I hate to bring it up because it's the England one, but we have seen the All Blacks fall apart at a kicking game. So I don't know. I think England's new attacking coach, Martin Gleeson, will bring a faster but clinical defensive offense execution. England better for the World Cup vengeance on South Africa. I don't disagree with that. At all. I think Martin Gleeson's going to do some great things. It's always good to have some fresh faces, and I think it's really good. We know what's coming. Ball tracking's already told us. Mornay Staines push it up for the debutant in shirt number 25, so he's not on mine. Jaden Hendrickson in the corner on his debut. And Mornay Stein with the vision to fire that one across the field. I say fire it across. It was about a 15-metre pass, but it was absolutely bulleted. And happy days. Right. Oh, South Africa chasing the bonus point. So they've drop-kicked it and missed it. 32-12 is the score. Oh, I say he's fired it. He hasn't at all. He's floated it. But it's a little pump pass that's sold everybody. because of a runner backtracking. Right. Anyway, let's move on. Got a little bit overexcited with that one. 79 minutes on the clock. Right, it's time to nominate our Dick of the Day. My name's Dickie, and the telly people have the man of a match, but I just like to call it Dick of the Day. I'm not saying they've had a bad day, as Mornay Stain fires this one up into the air, up into halfway, and it's a regather from South Africa, so they will have possession. Good work on the kick chase from them again. And Stain just chips this one over, but straight down the throat of the Argentines, and they will kick clear. My Dick of the Day. And blocking line run by South Africa, so we'll have a penalty to Argentina. My Dick of the Day is Reinach. Cobus Reinach. He has been unreal with the boot today. Argentina then, last roll of the dice into the red, but they're 6 meters out with the line out. Cobus Reinach, that kicking, every single time he kicked, it was to perfection. The perfect distance for his wingers to come and chase onto and try and compete for. So fantastic work from him, and he's our Dick of the Day. I don't send them anything, just thumbs up. Right, line out, 6 meters out. What can Argentina do? Bosch up, and Argentina driving that maul to the touchline as they did against the Lions, unsuccessfully, as the Argentines come to ground. Muzio, the little lift, and it's a knock on, and South Africa will touch this down, and that is that at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. Wow. Fair play to Argentina. They stuck at that. That was probably not a very nice experience. But yeah, they stuck at that. They kept going. They kept fighting. DB, what we saying? It'll be interesting if the Box can strangle the All Blacks. It's just a player like Mwanga is going to keep them honest with his all his tricks. Yeah, don't disagree with that. Don't disagree with that at all. I think Mwanga's a great player, and he's got a lot to offer, as does Damien McKenzie. I wonder how effective their blitz defence will be with Mwanga chipping over them. One play, playing flat another, and going wide another, etc. Well, I mean, they did struggle with Russell doing something similar, didn't they? So I said it at the beginning of the tour in one of the videos. You're not going to win the game in the air. You're just not going to beat them that way. You have to move that defence, that heavy, cumbersome pack. You've got to get them working to break them down. And the Lions didn't. So maybe the All Blacks can. Who knows? Right. There you go. That's our first Rugby Championship stream. Thanks ever so much for joining me throughout that. If you haven't yet subscribed or liked, then please, what are you waiting for? What are we sitting on? Let's have a final check before we go off. We're on 772 subscribers, so 28 off our target. And where are we with likes? 5. Okay, well, we're happy with that. I'm happy. Oh, 7. Let's go. 8. Ho! We're moving now, boys and girls. We're moving now. Thank you so much for joining me. And as always, have a great week. We'll see you next weekend for some more Rugby Championships. All that's left to say is face down, ass up. That's the way we like to ruck.